What is up, members of my collector corps? It is I, Super Mariozilla, or you could call me Vinny, and today we will be taking a look at the S.H.MonsterArts Godzilla 2023 minus color version. Minus color version of Godzilla here was announced shortly after Minus Color's movie announcement. Same MSRP as the original Godzilla Minus 1 MonsterArts figure, clocking in at $140. No accessories again, which is a bummer, and to top it off, some promotional shots were blatantly photoshopped to make the eyes look better than what they were. So not a good first impression. The figure was also a premium Bandai web exclusive, but thankfully is treated as a normal release here in the States, so thank you Bandai Namco. And collectors were not particularly excited for this release because of the original figure falling flat on his face and failing to meet expectations. But thankfully, I'm happy to report this turned out much better. Not perfect, still some issues, but overall solid. Collectors, when they got it in hand, agreed this is an improvement over the default Minus 1. Better paint apps all around, so some collectors like this, others not so much. Where do I stand? Well, let's not waste any more time and see if this figure is worthy of a spot on your Godzilla shelf. Godzilla is black and white, obviously, having a charcoal gray for the skin and really nice dry brushing throughout the body. And here's what this figure has over the default figure: consistency. The paint is a lot more crisp and nice looking. I mean that, this looks so much better. Look, all I'm saying is if you somehow mess up a black and white color scheme, you need to be fired. And another improvement is that the figure is actually painted underneath the joints. That was an issue with the default figure, just some spots with no paint at all, so I'm glad that was fixed. As for the face, the eyes unfortunately are still wonky. The dot matrix technology does not look that appealing here. Also, none of the eyes are misprinted from the eye sockets, thank God. The teeth actually look good here, some of the best looking teeth I've seen in the line so far. The scarring on the face I think might be a little too heavy-handed, especially on the eyebrow. It just looks off with how bright it is. Sculpt was pretty much kept intact, and as I've said before in my first review of this mold, the sculpt is fantastic. Really good stuff here. They nailed the look of the figure with the sculpt department. It looks awesome. Great stuff, and the paint complements the sculpt very well here, especially on the body and the legs and the dorsal plates. It's like, you know, actual effort was put into this. Wow, what a shocker. All seriousness though, they nailed the look here, mostly matched what we've seen on the prototype. Overall, I think Godzilla looks rock solid. Does it justify the price tag? Absolutely not. But at least this looks like a premium product and not a cheap bootleg. So yeah, Godzilla passes with flying oh wait. Whatever, he looks great. Articulation on Godzilla is pretty much the exact same as it was on the original Godzilla Minus 1 figure, so there's no real major differences, no real major improvements, unimprovements, stuff like that. I said in that video that the articulation on the figure was great, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So let's go over what he's got. Head is on a ball joint. He can look this high up. The neck right here and here is also on a ball joint, so yeah, he can look this high up as long as you adjust the dorsal plates accordingly, the 3 dorsal plates up here. And move them accordingly when you want to move them a certain way, and looking down is not really a possibility because of that. So if you want Godzilla to look down, what the hell? Hold on. Okay, there we go. So if you want Godzilla to look down, you gotta crouch him down a little bit. So yeah, looking down kind of sucks. He can look left and right. And of course he can lean. No problem. Mouth can open about this far wide. It is on a ball joint, and tongue is also on a ball joint, so it can move. Not bad. Arms are on ball joints. Can move out just about all the way. Can rotate. Wiggle around. Biceps can swivel. They're on ball joints. Elbows are also on ball joints, they are single. Elbows don't really have a lot of range, so yeah, that's unfortunate. Hands are on ball joints. Waist right here and here are on ball joints. Can crunch forward, just about this far forward. Yeah, this far forward and backward, just about this far back, and of course, there is some rotation. And some wiggle room. Cool. This piece right here is a floating piece, just to accommodate for the waist articulation, so that's always good. Legs on ball joints. Can kick this far forward, can kick this far back, and splits. Yeah, just about do the splits. Knees are on ball joints. Can straighten them out like this, and can bend them just about this far. The 3 toes right here are on ball joints, so if you need to adjust them accordingly to make it look like he's stepping on his toes or whatever, you can do that. Tail, Mandy series of ball joints. That part likes to pop off. There we go. Mandy series of ball joints. It is not. Damn it. It is not the most flexible tail around, but for -1 it gets the job done because the tail did not really go to many places anyway, so I don't have a problem with the tail articulation being more limited, but at the same time, it would have been nice to get some more range if possible. If possible. So, yeah. So, articulation, not bad at all. Godzilla is packing a lot of opposability on this figure. Some parts could have been better, like the elbows, but other than that, I'm not sure what other improvements could have been made for the figure. So, in all honesty, I really do think articulation is really solid here. So, yeah, articulation gets my thumbs up. What? I said it in the beginning of the video. I'm not repeating myself. Here's a size comparison with other figures you may or may not own. Godzilla is a standard size monster art. Godzilla had no monster opponent in the movie, so he doesn't really have any real size reference with anyone, so you can put him with most other kaiju with no problem, and have them duke it out. So size is no issue here. The best -1 monster arts? Second the best. You'll find out who's number 1 in my next review. But this figure has its merits, and I believe it is well done here. So much better than the default -1. Unfortunately, this is still too expensive for his own good. $140? Come on, really? This is a good figure, but that price is not justified in the slightest, not even close. So personally, I wouldn't get him at that current price point. I would wait for a sale unless you're a die-hard fan of this version of Godzilla. Don't misunderstand me, I'm not saying the figure is bad. In some ways, I think this figure is great, but not for that price point. Still some issues like with the eyes and the face scar, and of course some limbs popping off, but thankfully that seems to be only on my copy. I really do like this figure, but I think to make this a better deal, they could have included some accessories of some kind. Like seriously, nothing still? Articulation may be awkward to work with, but it's something to get used to, and it's awesome when you do. I could go on and on here, so bottom line, don't buy an MSRP unless you're a diehard fan, and get this for sale if you're more casual. I'll give the figure a 7.5 out of 10. Good figure, but too expensive for its own good.